Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused on the objective. Don't lose sight of the bigger picture. We too focused, man. We got a lot of, this back and forth. And this back and forth. No matter who started it and what's not, Like I said in the previous video, Kwame's got an argument. He was quiet for 20 years. He got some shit to get off his chest. The brother's got some knowledge too. And I don't want his knowledge to be diluted by all the other shenanigans. He's got some shit to say. And he's got a presence. He stands on something. So I don't want that shit to get diluted with all the everything else. Because that's what the fans, he drops in, and he says it. He's dropping gems in between. But the fans only going to be focused on the bullshit. There's only a small few who's going to catch it. And, if that's the goal, then, hey, reach one, teach one. You get one, you can get one person to wake them up. That's effective. But, there's a lot of stuff that comes with the other side of the ones who don't understand it, and they're invested into the bullshit. Most of these fans are invested in the bullshit. They're taking sides. There's a lot of people who liked Steven Jackson or whatnot. Like I said, I never really watched this show. I wasn't a big fan of the show. It just wasn't entertaining to me. But I've always liked Steven Jackson. I've always always been, came across as a real dude. But people are taking sides now. People are taking sides. They're not being objective. Just a lot of dick riding when it comes to the fans and the public. If you're really about the culture, and this is to the people. If y'all really about the culture, you don't want to see none of these brothers arguing with each other. You want to see this shit resolved. You want to see this shit resolved, but in an objective manner. Want to make sure that everything we point out is valid. There were some things that were valid within, like I said, there's a lot of stuff that was valid within, his criticism, Kwame snapping back at Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson. Pretty much everybody went at it. I can't even pick and choose. He had valid things. He had valid stuff, but, if they decide that they don't want to apologize or anything like that, they don't fucking have to. They don't have to, as men. We keep it pushing. And we keep on with what we doing. Keep making the change. Keep being the beacon of light. Within all the darkness. As the fans, we shouldn't be rooting for the division. We should want, push for at least bring everything together. Don't care who it is. Stephen A, like I said, he's going to play. He's going to do his job. He's going to do what they tell him on those shows on ESPN. He's got a job to do, just like most of y'all. To keep y'all damn job. Y'all going to do what that white man tell you, your damn manager. Well, it don't matter if it's white, black, or whoever. Your damn manager tell you to do something, you're going to go along to get along. Or you better figure out something else to do. And a lot of y'all ain't got that type of skills. A lot of y'all ain't got them type of skills to figure out something else and create a lane, create a path for yourself. So it ain't just Stephen A. But but I wouldn't put Stephen A on the side of, anti-black or anything like that. Now, if you got something substantial, show that. But like I said in the last video, Stephen A has been, he's done a lot of fucked up shit. There was no reason for him to be at college campuses speaking on Kwame Brown when you're trying to uplift people, because that takes it outside of basketball. Now, when he gets on that television, he has every right to talk about and criticize anybody's fucking game. All those guys do that. Nobody gets on the guys from, inside the NBA, you have a couple in the NBA players that gripe about it, but nobody talks about them, and they get on them players tough. They'll tell them when the player sucks or whatnot. And that's what they paid to get on there and do. And if it's a white boy, they're going to talk about a white boy. I've seen them. I've seen it plenty of times. They don't just sit up there and just pick on the niggas or nothing like that. They not picking on the niggas. Now you got cats that who on TV. You got them old buck dancers that do that shit. You know, cats like Jason Whitlock. But keep that then, but don't spread everybody into it. And that's not to say, you know, everybody's out the clear when it comes to, you know, this media. The media is a dirty game. There's a lot of, you know, a lot of people sitting up there, a lot of shit, you know, doing shit behind the scenes, you know, bending over, you know, pushing an agenda. But I haven't seen enough with Stephen A. to really believe that, you know. I've seen he's had the mincest words, like I said in the last video, you know, stuff like the Michelle Beadle, you know, just saying stuff that's actually true, but it's not politically correct. So he's got to go along with what the bosses say at ESPN, and what he ends up doing is shutting his mouth. You know, I do have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. You know, if you believe in something, you speak that shit, stand on it. But at the same time, you know, being anti-black or anything like that, I think Stephen A., you know, Stephen A., for the most part, it's funny because now they're saying he's anti-black, and when before you had whites saying he talked about race and brought it to race and brought that to the forefront way too much. He was one of the main ones that was doing that on television. So it can't be both ways. And this is not no defense of Stephen A. I'm not going to be defending Kwame Brown. I'm not taking no sides. I want you niggas to come together. Now, if motherfuckers got some crazy shit like rape cases and stuff like that, like Kwame Brown, I mean, I'm sorry, like Charlamagne the God, my bad. Yeah, my bad, Kwame. Like Charlamagne the God, that shit needs to be dealt with. And there needs to be a focus on that. There needs to be a focus on that. These cats are going to make mistakes. Everybody's going to make mistakes. Everybody's going to be perfect. You know, I see Kwame went at Dr. Boyce Watkins. Yeah, that was a dumb title to put in, but I don't believe Dr. Boyce Watkins, you know, he ain't perfect. And he does a lot of fuck shit at times, but I think he has good information. You know, you take the meat and spit out the fat. You know, take what's good and take it, you know, ingest that and take it and spit the poison or whatever else out. Get rid of it, chew the meat, get rid of the bone. Whatever fucking metaphor for it. But that's what you do with it. Ain't nobody gonna be perfect. Not I, not Kwame, not motherfucking Stephen A. Smith, none of these guys. Nobody's perfect, so we're gonna make flaws. There may be flaws in some of the things that we say, but it's about coming together and bringing it all together. And I really do think, like, a lot of these guys, now, I really do think a lot of these guys, you know, it wouldn't hurt to say, you know, I apologize. Well, it wouldn't hurt to say I apologize. I saw Charlamagne, he apologized. You know, it's a good gesture. Now, I don't know where that comes from, if that actually came from because of what could come of, bringing back up the case again. I don't know. On the surface, it's a good gesture. You got to make that right, because that was wrong what you did. I like to see the other brothers, you know, just dismissing the man. That ain't right. So man got a right to defend himself, especially after 20 years of the shit. But enjoy all of it. But, you know, outside of Charlamagne, I won't promote that. But everybody else, enjoy all of these guys. Help build them up so they can help build the community up. And then you do your parts too. We should be focused on doing our parts and figuring shit out. If it's supposed to be group economics and black working as a unit, but we're not moving like that. It doesn't work like that. There's no loyalty like that. We're still individuals. We want to think how we want to think and do what the fuck we want to do. And we the only ones within the media doing this type of shit. You don't see the Asians, you don't see the Mexicans, you don't see the whites. As far as I know, if you do, show it to me. I could be wrong, but show it to me. But this is one of the criticisms that I've had of black media, independent media, is we spend too much time going at each other and beefing. While we at the motherfucking bottom. Median income, average income. We sit at the bottom. Look at the numbers. We sit at the motherfucking bottom. And ain't nobody gonna do a damn thing for us. They pass all this legislation and all this shit for other groups, but they'll never get one specifically for quote unquote black people. Black's not even a real ethnicity or anything, but I'm just using it for layman's terms. They got nothing for us. Anytime they do, they want to package it with everybody else in the whole people of color thing, but they'll never have shit for us. We got to do for self, like Elijah Muhammad spoke of. Message to the black man, got to do for self. Ain't nobody coming to save us. So we ain't got time for the division. And we as the people shouldn't be pouring flames and, buying into the division. We shouldn't. We should be doing everything to bring everybody together. And there's not too many of them cats out here. We out there picking sides and cheering. Fans and shit like that. And forget the bigger picture. We no different than these stupid motherfuckers in the crowd, at these NBA games, dumping popcorn and spitting on players and shit like that. We're taking sides. What makes you think you can do that? What makes you think you can make a move like that? Like this man, isn't out there trying to make a living. And a lot of these guys on there, they trying to make a living. And not everything they do is going to be perfect. Only time that we need to be on a motherfucker and really doxing and really getting rid of a motherfucker is if they violate a person, meaning rape. I'm apprehensive about saying that because you know how the YouTube algorithm fucking is, but rape, stealing, killing another person, murder. Killing, not killing, defending yourself, but murdering a person in cold blood. Those are stuff that needs to be handled. Anything other than that, person just having their own, ideas and things like that. If it's all about bringing progress, and that's something that has to be worked out between the people and talked about to understand what's the progress and what's the practicality of what the person's saying. If it's bullshit, then say it's bullshit. But the conversations need to be had. And all the extra shit and the name calling and all of that shit doesn't do nothing but feed the flames. The murder rate is rising in all the big cities around the country. And these white folks love to feed into it. YouTubers love to feed into the algorithm. They love to push the rappers that's talking that bullshit. They'll feed into the algorithm. They'll feed the division. They want to see it go up. Commit genocide against ourselves. And a lot of it comes because of our bad conflict resolution, and we believe it's cool to do certain things. It's the little things. It's the little things. It don't make you a bitch to say to step away. Say I don't want no parts. It don't make you a bitch. Your only obligation is to hold your family down, protect your family at any imminent physical threat. That's it. Anything else is bullshit. Keep it pushing and be about your bread. That's all I got for today. Like, share, subscribe. Grit Culture, man. I'll holler at y'all later, man. Much love to Kwame Brown, Steven Jackson. Man, all them got Stephen A. Smith. keep getting your money, hopefully y'all doing the right things, you know what I'm saying, to make something happen. And for the people watching and the spectators, y'all keep making something happen. We have a lot of successful, good black folks out here that's trying to push it and trying to make a change, even throughout all the bullshit and everything and all the odds that are placed against us. And we still prospering. So don't lose sight. Don't lose sight of what's important. I'll holler at y'all later.